Welcome. Thank you for joining me here for this short and simple flow to honor your inner light. You may like to have a blanket nearby or even folded right now under you to sit on, as we will be doing quite some movement from the knees, and it may be nice to have some padding for your kneecaps. So as you settle in a seated posture of your choice, take a moment to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. Acknowledging that you made it to your mat. Dedicating a little time to yourself. Connecting to your body, heart, and mind. And reminding yourself of the light within. That light that is your true being. And that is always there, and sometimes it just gets dimmed a little bit by things that happen in life, events, emotions that we may feel overwhelmed by or get entangled with. And so when we breathe consciously, when we move with awareness and intention, we have the opportunity to reconnect with that inner light and dust off the cobwebs that may have covered it. And take a few nice deep breaths, imagining your inhale down into your heart and your exhale down into the lower belly. Inhale through the nose down into your heart space and exhale from the heart down into the belly. And as you breathe like that, you could imagine saying, I am, as you breathe in, here as you breathe out. I am here. I am here. Maybe one more breath like that. And I'm bringing your hands together in front of your heart, setting this intention to reconnect with your inner light. Reconnect with your breath, with your body. And then as you lower your hands, slowly open your eyes or lift your gaze. And then come onto your hands and knees. And like I said, it may be nice to have a blanket folded on your mat under the kneecaps, and when your hips come over your knees, bring your hands a little in front of the shoulders and begin to make some easy circles with the pelvis, going around in circles, either small or big, whatever feels good to your body. Nice and loose in your shoulders. Relax your neck. Noticing your breath. Noticing any tight spots, any tension. If you like, you could pause in a specific spot to stretch a little more. And then going in the opposite direction. Noticing if this side, the other direction, feels any different. Come to stillness. Let the hips come back towards your heels into a child's pose. Arms extended out and away from your shoulders. And then on your inhale, come onto your knees, curl your toes, arch your back. And as you exhale, lift your hips up into an easy down dog without moving hands or feet and keeping your knees bent. Inhale, come down to your knees. And exhale, child's pose, untuck your toes, keep the hands where they are. Inhale to your knees, tuck your toes, arch your back. Exhale, downward dog, keeping feet and hands in place, knees bent. Inhale to your knees, arch your back. Exhale, child's pose, hands stay where they are. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale to your knees, curl the toes, arch your back. Exhale, down dog, knees stay bent, ears between your upper arms. Inhale to your knees, arch your back. Exhale, child's pose, untucking the toes. 1 more. Inhale, toes tucked, arch back. Exhale, down dog, knees stay bent. Inhale, back to your knees, arch your back. Exhale, child's pose. And now from here, we'll add on. Inhale, coming to your knees, arms will reach out and up. On your exhale, arch your back, hips move back, elbows in towards your waist, shine your heart up to the ceiling. Inhale, straighten up, arms up, tailbone down. And exhale, sweep the arms around and out in front, child's pose, head comes down. Inhale to your hands and knees, curl the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog, knees stay bent. Inhale to your knees and exhale, child's pose. And again, inhale, kneeling position, arms out and up. Exhale, arch your back, pull your elbows in, heart lifts. Inhale, straighten up, tailbone down, arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms around, back to child's pose, head comes down. Inhale to your knees, curl the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog with knees slightly bent. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, child's pose. We'll do this 1 more time. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, arch your back, elbows into your waist, chest wide open. Inhale, straighten up, arms reach up. Exhale, arms around, forward, down, child's pose. Inhale to your knees and exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for a few breaths with the knees slightly bent so you can lengthen the spine. Sits bones up towards the ceiling as you press your hands down. Nice deep breaths. And this gentle floor sun salutation that I learned from my teacher Sarah Powers is such a nice way to open up the body, connect with your breath, coming present. And take another nice deep breath. And on your exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands, lower the back knee and curl the toes. Inhale, arms come up. And as you exhale and you engage the glutes, widen your shoulder blades to chest. Imagining light in your heart space shining out. Nice deep breath in, exhale your hands down. Straighten the back leg, stepping back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, untuck the toes, engage your glutes. Inhale, arms come up. And as you exhale and you squeeze the inner thighs together, the legs are really strong, the upper body is spacious and light. Relax your shoulders, your jaw. Nice inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. A nice deep breath in. Exhale, knees down. Child's pose with your hands towards your feet. Rest your head. Take a few deep breaths, imagining that you could breathe through the back of your heart between the shoulder blades. And then on your next inhale, roll up to sit. And once you're up, curl your toes under and sit on your heels. If that feels too intense, you can always come up and away from your heels, but keep the toes tucked. A nice stretch for the feet and all the way up the upper legs, the back of the spine, all the way. The whole back side of the body is affected by stretching the soles of your feet. As you inhale, reach your arms forward. Right arm over the left. Bend your elbows. Perhaps the back of your hands is together, or cross the wrists and bring the right fingers inside the palm of the left hand. As you inhale, lift the elbows, lift the heart. Gentle arch in the upper back. As you exhale, straighten up as the elbows come down. Inhale, elbows up. Arching back only in the upper part of the spine. Exhale, coming back. Elbows down. A few more like this. Creating space in the back of the heart. Enhancing mobility in your shoulder joints. One more inhale. And exhale. Unfold the arms, reach them out to the sides and down. Coming onto all fours, uncurl the toes. Maybe gently shake your heels from side to side. And as you keep the feet still, hips over your knees, walk your hands out. Chest comes down, sits bones lift, hips stay over your knees, chest towards the floor, chin down if you can, melting the heart. Draw your shoulder blades towards your hips, widen your collarbones. Belly button is gently pulling to your spine. Take another breath and exhale. Now very carefully slide your chest forward as you bend the elbows, coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows under your shoulders, active Sphinx, so press your feet down, straighten the legs, gently engage your glutes, the muscles along the spine, arching your back, pressing down into your elbows. Nice and wide in the collarbones. Again, imagining this light in your heart space shining outward. Take another breath. As you exhale, bring your hands under your shoulders as you slowly lower down. Inhale to your knees. Exhale, child's pose, just for a breath. And as you inhale, slowly roll up. And then again, come onto your knees to curl the toes under and sit on your heels if you can, or lift your hips up a little if you need to. As you inhale, arms reach forward, left over the right this time. Bend your elbows, maybe the back of your hands is together, or cross your wrists, right fingers in the left palm. Inhale, elbows come up. You arch back a little bit with the upper back. And exhale, pull your elbows down. As you move the upper back and the elbows lifting and lowering, keep your core gently engaged. The belly button is pulling back to your spine to protect the lower back. Just creating space, the upper body. Relax your jaw. One more inhale and exhale. Uncross your arms, reach them out to the sides and down. Come onto your hands and knees, uncurl the toes, shake your heels for a moment, and then curl the toes again. Lift the hips up into downward facing dog, and maybe you feel a little more ability for the legs to stretch. The upper back may feel nice and broad here. Notice your breath. And on your next inhale, step your right foot forward, left knee down, untuck the toes. Again, inhale, the arms come up, glutes are engaged. Exhale, nice and wide in the upper body, shining the heart as if you have this light that illuminates the entire room. Nice deep breath. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower your knees. Keep hips over your knees. Walk your hands forward as the chest comes down into a puppy stretch. Elbows maybe touching the floor. Pull shoulder blades down towards your hips, or up to the hips rather. Inhale, bend your elbows, slide your chest forward into Sphinx pose. And make sure that your elbows are straight under your shoulders. Curl the toes under, straighten your legs, pull your belly button to your spine, and then lift the hips up into a forearm plank. Just a little core work here. Tailbone reaching for your heels, the crown of your head forward. Pull your belly button to your spine. Deep breath in. Exhale if you can. Come onto your hands, otherwise lower your knees to the floor first. To plank pose, and exhale to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Next inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, engage your legs, press down into the front foot. The back foot presses down into the floor. The upper body is spacious and wide, shining your light. One more breath. Exhale, hands down. Tuck the back toes, and now step forward into a forward fold. Feet hip distance apart. Let your head hang. Your knees can bend as much as you need. Just maybe shake your head yes and no a few times. Maybe exhale through your mouth. And bend your knees a little bit more and roll up one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Reach your arms out to the sides and up. Maybe look up, lift the heart. And as you exhale, fold forward again. Step your left foot back, right foot back, downward facing dog. Nice deep breath. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor, child's pose. Rest your head, bring your hands towards your feet. Relax your shoulders. Nice deep breaths here. Slowly roll up. And once you're on your back, bend your knees, feet in line with your hips, ankles under your knees, arms by your sides. Feet parallel, press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips slowly up into an easy bridge. As you exhale, roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, pressing down into the feet to lift the hips. And exhale, roll the spine down. One more time, inhale, hips come up. As you peel the spine away from the mat. And exhale, roll it slowly back down. And now this time when you lift the hips up, stay up. You press into your feet. You can keep your arms parallel by your sides, or if you like, roll the shoulders under you, sliding shoulder blades together, and then maybe interlace your fingers, extending the arms, pressing the upper arm bones down. Press down into your feet, especially the big toe mounts and the big toes, to engage the inner thighs, the adductor muscles. Imagine you're pulling your heels towards your shoulders to engage your hamstrings, lift the hips, lift the heart. Maybe imagine that you could breathe in and out through your heart space here. Just brightening that inner light that is shining outwards. Relax your jaw and your tongue. One more breath. Now, if your fingers are interlaced, release your hands first. And then carefully, one vertebra at a time, roll your spine back down to the floor. Pause for a moment. Pull your right knee into your chest as you extend the left leg. Your fingers can interlace around the right shin, pulling the knee towards your armpit as you extend the left heel away from you. And as you place your left hand on the right knee, extend the right arm out to the side at shoulder height. And very carefully with your left hand, guide the right knee over into a spinal twist. But be very mindful to not go too far over. You may want to stay with the knee away from the floor, but let the right foot come down. You could use support of a block or fold your blanket if you need to, or just let the knee hover as you have some support of the foot that is on the floor. If you go too far, it may be too much for the lower back. If it does feel good to let the knee come down, your right shoulder will probably come off the floor, which is totally fine as long as the shoulder is okay with that. Wherever you are, the knee down or not, shoulder down or not, take a couple of deep breaths here. Relax your jaw. One more breath. Exhale carefully, roll back down. Extend the right leg, arms by your sides. Notice a moment here if there's any difference between your right and your left side. And bring your left knee into your your chest, fingers interlaced around the shin, pulling knee towards your left armpit. Right foot is flexed, reach the right heel away from you. Right hand on your left knee, left arm reaching away from the body. With the right hand, carefully guide the left knee over. So just like we did on the first side, make sure that the left foot comes on the floor, but maybe the knee is not, as you keep the left shoulder grounded. Or perhaps you'd like the left knee to come all the way down to the floor, in which case most likely your left shoulder will come away from the floor. Only if that feels good. You could also keep the left shoulder on the floor and the left knee to hover. Your choice. A nice deep breath. One more breath. And on your exhale, carefully come back to center. Maybe you'd like to bend both knees for a moment, arms by your sides. Pausing here. Noticing how your body feels right now. So perhaps you'd like now to rest into a traditional Shavasana with the legs extended, arms by your sides, maybe a rolled blanket under your knees for lower back support. But especially if you're doing this practice in the morning, you may like to end the practice seated. So that's optional. But if you do, roll to your side and slowly come back. You may like to sit on a folded blanket or a cushion. If you prefer to be in a traditional Savasana, lying on your back, that's great as well. Wherever you are, close your eyes. Just giving your body some time to integrate the effects of this practice. Gently bring your attention to your breath. Imagine that you can breathe in and out through your heart. And with each breath you can imagine these words inside your mind. Inhaling I, Exhaling am. I am. I am. At your own pace of breath, breathing through the heart space, I am. Stillness. And if you're lying down, you may like to now move your knees towards your chest and roll to your side. Slowly coming up to sit, closing your eyes or softening your gaze for another moment. Noticing, how is it now? Noticing the I am that you are, the light that you are. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart and bowing your head to that inner light. And also let this be a gesture of offering the benefits of our practice to all beings. May all beings be remembered and reminded of their inner light. Thank you so much for joining me here today.